Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice warm welcome to Mr. Gregg Gethard.
I'm usually known for throwing some baby powder in the air. Luckily, Johnny had some, but Gregg Gethard's asleep tonight. For those of you who don't know, I would tell you guys a little bit story about my morning commute. Hey, I live here in Philadelphia, but I unfortunately work in a hellhole you may have heard of called New York City. Yeah, thank you. And thank you for booing. I don't know. Anyways, I grew up near New York City. I grew up in North Jersey. So to save, so I don't spend all of my entire life on Amtrak or the Megabus, I stay some nights of the week at my parents' house in North Jersey. I'm 32 years old, staying in my bedroom. Nope. Come home Thursday nights, watch Survivor with Mom and Dad. Then they put on Idol. They tell me what's going on with Idol. Who's who? Then I go to bed, whack off, go to sleep. Pretty dope. Pretty cool life I lead. So anyways, I started work there, and I get to work, but I have to go via bus from my parents' house in the suburbs to New York. And to get to the bus stop, I have to drive down to the local Walgreens and then sprint across State Highway 46. It's great to get an adrenaline rush at 7:15 every morning. Wakes you right up. It's better than Folgers in your cup. But a couple days into my commute, starting my job in New York, I'm there and there's a guy next to me at the bus stop. We're just standing there, standing there, and then this white, I know my name is Steven van, like total straight up, different strokes, raping Arnold episode van, comes up and stops there, and the guy I'm standing next to gets right in the van. I don't think anything of it. People, it's a landmark. People get dropped off there. People might need to go to Walgreens. Don't have a car of their own. So I'm standing there waiting for the bus, but the van doesn't go. Van stays there. Guy in shotgun's like, "Hey, come on in the van." No, I'm good, thanks. And he's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "New York City." He's like, "Where?" "Port Authority." "That's where we're going. Come on in this van." And I'm like, "No, thank you." And then, there's about 6 or 7 people in the van. I was like, "No, come on in here, man. It's totally cool in here. Everyone's coming in the van. Come on in this van, everyone." So I mull it over. I'm like, "All right, you guys convinced me. It's cool in that van." So I get in this van, and I'm forced to sit in the very back seat of this van. And everyone's like, "Oh, hey." And then the van starts going, and no one's saying a word. And we go down about 2 miles, and we're past the Willowbrook Mall. And finally, no one's saying a word. And finally, I'm like, "Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?" And then they tell me, "Oh, it's a van pool." I've never combined the thought of a van and a pool before. Thank you for making up this compound word. It's a van pool, and what it is this guy, Charlie, for years, I've learned later on, he drives around, he trolls around bus routes in North Jersey, trolling around like he's looking for trannies, and picks up people and drives them to New York City for $5, which is good because it's $8 on the bus, New York. So it saves me $3. So this is what he does. So my very first day on the van, I'm sitting in the back seat, and in the middle, there's this woman in the middle of the van, delightful woman by the name of Barbara. Barbara from North Jersey, from Pine Brook. And, you know, she's the power broker on the van. She's like, Charlie, can you turn up the heat? Oh, no, now it's too warm. Can you turn it down a little, Charlie? Thank you. She's the power broker on the van. So, anyways, the people next to me sitting on, and mind you, with Barbara, this is a gypsy van to New York City. This is illegal transportation. No one on this van is working for Goldman Sachs here. Anyways, I'm on the van, and the people are like, oh, we haven't seen you before. So I'm like, oh, I just started working in New York, blah, blah, blah. So Barbara turns around, she goes right to my face. Would you shut up? You talk so loud. This was within 20 minutes of meeting this woman. She feels comfortable enough to tell me to shut up. It took my wife an hour. I've come up to this concept of a TV show, if anyone wants to help me make it, called Van Pool, the TV series. And what it is every morning, there's a disparate group of commuters from North Jersey who just get picked up along the highway, and we drive through the Lincoln Tunnel. But when we emerge through the Lincoln Tunnel, we're in a different time. And what happened is there was a guy who lived in Pine Brook near Barbara who had to drive to New York City every day to his laboratory where he worked on a secret government experimentation in time travel. Yet, the space-time continuum has been messed up by him. So one of the episodes I've come up with, you know, we go through time, and we emerge in the Great Depression, and we have to help a family sell their child for food. Because we have to correct the wrongs of the past so he can get home. So he can make the final trip home. And then another episode is we go back in time and we have to prevent the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire. So we can compete globally in the manufacturing, because workplace safety rules and minimum wage and all that, we won't have any of that. So we will still compete with China. However, season 2 of The Wire, incredibly different. Van Pool. Slam dancing! Slam dancing! Thanks, everyone.